It's okay. It's not bad. It's nice? I don't know. You decide. Hey guys, I'm Kip Pachi, and I had never thought of teaching English before. Not only that, I had never taught before. But I've been living in China for the past 6 months and I've been teaching English. So this is just a little video on what to expect, what it's like, and maybe a few tips at the end. Bing! We can break down this video into 4 main tips. Number 1, the teaching requirements, what you need. Number 2, the working hours, what it's like. Number 3, the actual teaching. And number 4, tips. Number 1, your requirements, what you will need. A bachelor's degree. Unfortunately, there's no two ways around it. You can't have a certificate nor a diploma. There is unfortunately no other way around this, at least where I'm working, but I've heard it's pretty much the same across other schools and training centers, is that the standard is now that you need a bachelor's degree. I got mine in 2015 and I've been able to come here because of it. So you need the bachelor's degree. Secondly, you will need your TEFL, which is teaching English as a foreign language. Yes, teaching English as a foreign language. And how I got it was I did it as an online course. I was very lucky at the time. I got it for 500 Rand, which is about 250 Chinese yuan. And I was very lucky. We found a great deal, but usually they go for about 2,000 Rand, sometimes 1,500, which is about 1,000 Chinese yuan. So it's an investment, but it's well worth it. That's the second thing I needed. And thirdly, well, you need to be a native English speaker. Really what that means is you must have had done your degree in English. So yeah, that's what I needed to come, and it's probably what you'll need to come. Number 2, the working hours. I work at a private training school and not a public school. So essentially what my school offers is an extracurricular activity. So the school is open after regular school hours and on the weekend. So I work from Wednesday to Sunday, 5 days a week, and I get Monday and Tuesday off as my weekend. During the week, so from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, my working hours start from 12:30 in the afternoon and end at 8:30 at night. That is an 8-hour day. On Saturday and Sunday, working hours change from 9:45 in the morning until 6:15 in the evening. That is an 8.5-hour day. All in all, that brings your working week total to 41 hours of work. Pretty decent. Also, I think I might be very lucky, but the school I work at is very nice. You just get your work done and you pretty much have free time to do whatever you want during the day. Just as long as your work is done, you're there for class, and yeah, I mean, it's a pretty great work environment, and yeah. Number 3, the actual teaching. Woo woo. It's okay. It's not bad. It's nice? I don't know. You decide. So, student ages. I live in Wuhan, China, and in my training center, I teach students from ages as low as 3 years old to as high as 12 years old. That's my current range. 3 is a bit young, it can be a bit much, but it's not that bad. 12-year-olds, pre-teens, I mean, you know. But yeah, those are the ages. In my training center, however, we teach students who can be up to 18 years old. And the company I work for even has an adult English program, but I don't know too much about that. But there is that option as well. this is how it works. You go to work. You have a basic guideline for each lesson that you're going to teach, what the students are expected to learn in that lesson, and you just walk into the classroom. I mean, obviously you plan your lessons when you do your TEFL, they will show you that. You walk into the classroom and you essentially teach some vocabulary, you teach some grammar, the associated grammar, the structures of the sentences, and then you play a few activities to help them remember the vocab and the structures that you've taught them, but B, more importantly, to help them understand it a bit more. And then you end off your class with a bit of bookwork. They each have their own books. They do their bookwork, you check some homework, and you take them out the class and you've taught. Yeah, it's not that bad, really. Especially as a native English speaker, I really thought it would be a lot more difficult, but it's actually pretty simple. You just have to break down the things you already know into palatable steps and understand that these are kids, and it's really easy, but it just takes some time to get used to. I started to feel less nervous, a little more comfortable after 2 months in the job. As I said, I'm 6 months in the job now, and I feel a lot more comfortable. I can walk into work knowing exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not feeling anxious or nervous or pressured. But after that first 2 months, you really start to feel like, okay, it's not that bad. This is something that I can do. What really helps is that when you first arrive, you get training. I was so nervous when I first came because I had only done my TEFL, and I was so nervous. I was just studying my TEFL over and over again, thinking like, am I really qualified to do this? Thinking that as soon as we touch down, they're going to throw me in a classroom and you're going to have to teach some students. But it's actually not that way, luckily. So when you arrive, you will go through about 2 weeks of training, and that training really helps. You observe other teachers, you get one-on-one sessions with your boss, your DOS, your director of studies, your senior teachers, different people who have been at this job for longer than you. And the great thing is that they don't expect you to be able to do anything at all. Their expectations are very low about what you are capable of. So they really break down everything from the beginning. And what really helps is that you observe classes. You see how it's done. You see what other teachers do to get kids engaged, to get kids to behave. And that's where your main learning is going to come from. It's just seeing other people teach and knowing that you're going to have to do the same thing. So that really helped. Number 4, tips. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You made it to the tips part of this video, and I'm going to give you some tips now. Number 1, ask questions. You ask questions. Ask questions. Just ask them, okay? Everyone knows, trust me, everyone in that school knows that you don't know diddly squat about teaching. I mean, there are the special exceptions. Those of you who were teachers before and you're all super qualified, congratulations. But for those of you who are like me and just have no teaching experience, just ask questions. If you don't know how to do this, ask questions. If you're nervous about something, tell people, I'm nervous about this. And I promise you, they will give you the tips you need. Your fellow local teachers, your fellow foreign teachers, people from around the world are going through pretty much the same experience as you. And they once had no idea what to do. So when you ask them, they will help you. Unless they're assholes. If you get assholes, I'm sorry. Number 2, keep the class interesting. And how you can do that is, like I mentioned before, you play games. You do little activities to help them understand the content more. And sometimes you could hit a wall. You just have no more ideas for games you can play that involve many students and that help them learn and remember and keep them engaged and it's fun. But you just have to take a second, think about the things that you enjoyed as a kid, and most of the time, those games can be adapted in the classroom. Charades, you can use awesome board games, you can do awesome like moving around activities, get kids pumped, get kids laughing. It's just something you're gonna have to get used to. So what I'm really saying is, when you're trying to play activities with these students, you just need to take a second and think about the things that are fun to you, the things that were fun to you as a kid, and the answers will come to you. But as well, this brings me to my next step. Do research for games. Do research. There are tons and tons of resources on the internet that have all manner of ESL games. You can just Bing search or Google search if you have a VPN, and they will all come up. Search for flashcard games, search for active games, search for games that help with speaking, that help with writing, that help with listening, that help with phonics, that help with anything. It's all available to you. Your computer is your greatest resource, and chances are this computer is at your work, so you don't have to worry about bringing your own, but it does help. Another tip: don't take yourself so seriously. You're teaching kids. Kids love to have fun. You don't have to put on this super serious like teaching hat that, you know, you think you have to be all formal and you're worried about the job, so you overcompensate for that. But just have fun with the students and it will work out. Trust me, it will work out. You're gonna have to wear a whole variety of hats in the classroom. You're gonna joke around and have fun and act like a clown in the classroom 1 second, and then they're gonna take it too far, and then you gotta pull it back, and then you put on your serious teacher face and your serious teacher posture, and you'll discipline a few kids, and then you go back to having fun with the students. It's almost a little schizophrenic, but it's that type of commitment to the classroom that really helps a successful classroom. If you're not enjoying it, the students won't enjoy it. So just try and enjoy it a little. Another top tip: observations. Observe, watch, go to your fellow teachers' classes and just watch, ask them first. But the more you see other people teach, especially after you've taught that first class and onward, you gain some perspective on as to how the job works, and it really opens your eyes. And if your training school doesn't offer observations as a form of training, then what you can do is just go to one of your fellow teachers and just be like, hey, I would really like to observe your class because I'm struggling with this, this, and this. Would you mind? And chances are they won't, because you're a newbie who knows nothing. So observe. Just observe as much as you can. Take it all in. What you see them do, process and as something you will have to do. Another tip: just try to build some rapport with your students. Like, don't be afraid to high-five them. Give them positive encouragement. If you see them outside of school, put on your fakest smile and put on your biggest wave and be like, hi, it's so good to see you, Bobby. Just get excited. Play games with them. Just, if they do better in a certain section, praise them. If they are struggling, give them a little extra time, but don't make them feel bad. Try play games that don't encourage one winner, but encourage participation as the winner. Just try make some little student buddies. Still students, but with a little bit of a connection. Takes their learning to another level. And on the subject of rapport, you can encourage rapport between students in your classroom because chances are they've never met each other before. So having that sort of connection in the classroom really helps. I hope you guys like my video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. Just hit all the buttons except this button. Unless you didn't like it, then hit this button as much as you want. You go for it. I believe in you. Peace. Kev Pachi. Ow! I read books. Cut the video.